Good morning to all of you. Myself Ekta Shrivastava, PGT Psychology. Let's continue chapter 1. Today we are going to do topic which are 3 in number. First one is evolution of psychology. Second one is evolution of psychology in India and themes of psychology. Let's start the topic 1, evolution of psychology. Evolution is also known as a school of psychology or history of psychology, or you can say it is approaches of psychology or theoretical perspective or theoretical point of view. Now, psychology was separated from philosophy in 1800 decade. The formal beginning of modern psychology is traced back to 1879 when the first experimental laboratory was established in Leipzig, Germany by William Wundt. When we see the history of psychology, different psychologists try to define psychology in their own way. So the development of concept are our evolution of psychology. Now, every school of thought will have a country जहाँ से वो originate हुआ है and a psychologist who is the founder of that school. So, the concept and the methodology or techniques which are used for investigation. Now start with first school of thought, which is structuralism. So as a name suggests, this school is talking about the structure of mind or consciousness or a structure of thought. It is developed in 1879 when the laboratory of psychologists developed in Germany. So this school is rooted in Germany and this school is founder of this school is William Wundt. He used the method of introspection. Introspection is a technique which is used. So William Wundt used the method of introspection. So what is introspection? Introspection is a method in which this is a procedure in which individual or subject in psychological experiments were asked to describe in detail their own mental processes or experiences. However, this method did not satisfy many other psychologists because it is less scientific, because the report of introspection can not be verified by outside observer or outside person. So this is a technique, this is a method जो कि विलियम वुंट ने यूज़ किया था for knowing the mental process of a person. Now come to the next school of thought. Our second school of thought is functionalism. As structuralism talks about the structure of mind, as it is, this school talks about the function of mind. This viewpoint was developed by William James. He believed that psychologists should interested study what the mind does and how behavior functions in making people deal with their environment. That means this school of thought is focusing on our function of mind. This school of thought is focus on what people does, the consciousness which is served, and basically to deal with people around us or environment. So behavior which we do for understanding our environment or with the adjustment of our environment. This school of thought is developed in US America. Now move to the next school of thought. This school of thought is known as Gestalt psychology or Gestalt approach. So when you meet a person, you cannot perceive her or his eyes and nose separately. You can perceive their whole face. So this is the basic philosophy of Gestalt psychology. You perceive as a whole, not a part. Okay? When you see Diwali lights, it is a pattern which you can perceive or you can see. This is not a part or bulb which you can see. You can perceive the pattern of Diwali light. Okay, if you are going in a theater and watch a movie, you cannot see a single pictures or single images. You can see a movie. So this is a pattern which you perceive. And Gestalt psychologists say कि whole is more than sum of parts. ठीक है, ये जो whole होता है, it is more than parts. When we added two parts, so this is a more than it. So this school of thought focuses on the organization of perceptual experiences instead of looking at the component of the mind. ठीक है, and this school of thought is developed in Germany by Kafka, Kohler and Wertheimer. Let's move to the next school of thought, which is behaviorism. This school of thought was developed by John Watson, who is a founder of behaviorism and a great psychologist. He is also known as father of behaviorism. According to him, scientific psychology must focuses on what is observable and verifiable. And he defined psychology as a study of behavior or responses. Behaviorists explain behavior in a concern with a SR relationship or stimulus response relationship. Okay. After his work, so many psychologists was work in this field. A very popular name is B.F. Skinner and Pavlov, who is working in learning aspects and start working on the basis of behavior. So these psychologists known as behaviorists. Now our next school of thought is psychoanalysis. This school of thought is developed by the work of Sigmund Freud. He viewed human behavior as a dynamic manifestation of unconscious desire and conflict. He founded psychoanalysis as a system to understand and cure psychological disorders. So which part of mind you can see or you can aware of it, this is your consciousness, and unconscious, which is suppressed or which is something which is you not aware about it. So the desirable feeling or something which is not acceptable in society, which are suppressed in our unconscious mind. So problematic situations or problematic causes are arise in our unconscious mind, and if we cure and if we understand the our unconscious mind, we can definitely cure our disorders. So this is the basic philosophy of Sigmund Freud, and he is work in this field. Our next school of thought is humanistic approach. So this perspective views with the work of Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. The humanists such as Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow views human nature in a positive manner. Okay. They called humanist, and they were emphasized the free will of human being and their natural striving to grow and unfold their inner potential. So according to Carl Rogers, humans are capable, they have potential to cure our problems or to deal effectively with their environment. So they are able. They only need the assistance, they only need a guidance. So this is a view of humanistic perspective or humanistic approach. Or according to this view, human are respectable. ठीक है, इसके पहले जो साइको एनालिसिस हमने पढ़ा, यहाँ पे ह्यूमन बींग्स को एक मैकेनिकली ट्रीट किया गया और सारा कंट्रोल जो था वो थेरेपिस्ट पे था, बट ऑन दिस अप्रोच ह्यूमंस को वैल्यू किया गया और उन्हें कैपेबल माना गया. जो डायरेक्शन था वो टुवर्ड्स दी ह्यूमन बींग्स था और टुवर्ड्स दी पेशेंट्स था. नाउ मूव टू नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. सो अवर नेक्स्ट स्कूल ऑफ थॉट इज cognitive psychology or cognitive perspective. This approach is a combination of structuralism and Gestalt approach. So this is a focuses on cognition. So what is cognition? Cognition is the process of knowing world. It involves thinking, understanding, perceiving, memorizing, problem solving and lots of other mental processes by which our knowledge of the world develops. This approach is basically governed through the information processing approach or IT approach. And this approach is believe human mind or human brain as a computer. सो एज इट इज़ हम कंप्यूटर में फीड करते हैं डाटा और फिर वहाँ से कुछ आउटपुट हमें मिलता है, इनपुट आउटपुट प्रोसेस जो हमारा होता है. तो स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स को इन्होंने ऐसी इनपुट आउटपुट प्रोसेस के वे में एक्सप्लेन किया और ह्यूमन ब्रेन को एज इट इज़ कंप्यूटर इन्होंने इसे कंपेयर किया और उसी वे में इसे एक्सप्लेन करने को ट्राई किया. नाउ आवर लास्ट अप्रोच इज कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म. Constructivism is not a approach, it is only a point of view or group of psychologists जिन्होंने इसे कंपेयर किया, जिसमें बेसिकली जिन पियाजे एंड वाइगोस्की हु इज़ अ रशियन साइकोलॉजिस्ट, उनका व्यू पॉइंट था. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू देम, so this view basically focuses on development of our mind, development of our consciousness. So this you believe the human mind develops through social and cultural processes in which the mind is viewed as a culturally constructed through joint interaction between adults and children. By Piaget, children actively construct their own minds or their own worlds, and these different approaches this approach is different from cognitive perspective, because cognitive perspective talks about the connectivity or mechanism of our mind, and this approach tell us about the construction of our mind or development of our mind. So these different approaches filled the history of modern psychology and provided multiple perspectives to its own focus and drawn our attention to the complexity of psychological processes or mental processes, and there are strengths as well as weaknesses in each approach. That's mean we cannot say this approach is right and this approach is wrong. Okay. So every approach is important for historical point of view, and every approach has some criticism and some value point, or you can say there is a merit and demerit in each approach. So this is the development of world psychology. Okay, so how our world psychology history of world psychology is going through. Now come to the Indian perspective or Indian history of psychology. So when we are talking about development of psychology in India, so we can clearly see here कि in Indian philosophy or in Indian tradition there is a root of psychology, but in starting psychology is governed from the Western countries. दैट्स मीन जो वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ में जो साइकोलॉजिकल थ्योरीज और पर्सपेक्टिव्स चल रहे थे, हमने उन्हीं को कॉपी किया या उन्हीं को अडेप्ट किया इन इंडियन सेटिंग, इन इंडियन कल्चर. दैट्स मीन जो रूट्स थी वो तो हमारी बेसिकली हमारे एंशियंट ट्रेडिशन में मिलती है, बट स्टिल हमने जो स्टार्ट किया इन प्री इंडिपेंडेंस एरा, वहाँ पे हमने वेस्टर्न साइकोलॉजिकल व्यू को ही इम्प्लीमेंट किया इन इंडियन कल्चर. ओके, सो आवर इंडियन हिस्ट्री इज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम pre-independence era. So the modern era of Indian psychology began in the Department of Philosophy at Calcutta University, when the first syllabus of experimental psychology was introduced, and the first psychological laboratory was established in 1950, and this work was greatly influenced by the Indian psychologist Dr. N. Sengupta, who is trained in USA after Calcutta. ठीक है, उन्होंने यूएस से ट्रेनिंग लिया था, यूएसए से बेसिकली इन एक्सपेरिमेंटल साइकोलॉजी, एंड आफ्टर डेट वो कलकत्ता आए और वहाँ पे उन्होंने अपॉइंटमेंट लिया, तो वहाँ उन्होंने ये एक डिपार्टमेंट बनाया और वहाँ पे ये कोर्स स्टार्ट किया, एंड वहाँ से इंडिया में साइकोलॉजी का डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हुआ. आफ्टर दैट Professor Bose established Indian Psychoanalytical Association in 1922 in Mysore University. So after that, in Patna, in Bhubaneswar, Allahabad University and other university was started new courses of psychology and try to develop the new branches of psychology. And so many association was established in that time. After that, Durganand Sinha, who is a very famous psychologist, published his book. और उनके बुक में उन्होंने बेसिकली पूरा डेवलपमेंट जो है इंडिया का वो उन्होंने डिनोट किया है अपने बुक में. According to his book, development of psychology in India has a four phases. And first phase till independence, and the second phase till the 1960s phase of expansion of psychology in India. In this phase, the Western ideas implemented to understand the Indian situation. Okay? The search for identity. In this phase, basically experimental psychology, applied psychology and cognitive psychology was developed in India. And the search for a new identity of psychology in India led to the phase of indigenization in India, and which started during the late 1970s. Besides rejection the Western framework, Indian psychologists stress the need for developing an understanding based on a framework which was culturally and socially relevant. ठीक है. सो 1970s का जो वक्त था उस टाइम पे साइकोलॉजी का इंडियनाइजेशन हुआ. दैट्स मीन वहाँ पे इंडियन सेटिंग में, इंडियन कल्चर में टेस्ट वगैरह डेवलप होने लगे और वहाँ पे इंडियन कल्चरल व्यू के अकॉर्डिंग साइकोलॉजी डेवलप हुआ. इसके पहले के जो दो फेज थे, फर्स्ट फेज एंड सेकेंड फेज, वहाँ पे हम वेस्टर्न जो थ्योरीज थी, वेस्टर्न एस्पेक्ट्स को हम एज इट इज़ इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे थे इन इंडियन सोसाइटी और इंडियन कल्चर. बट इन द थर्ड स्टेज, इन द थर्ड फेज, यहाँ पे इंडियनाइजेशन स्टार्ट हुआ और 1970s के टाइम पे हम न्यू आइडियाज़ एंड न्यू थॉट्स यहाँ पे क्रिएट करने लगे इन अ इंडियन कल्चर. And last phase, which is in India, is psychology in India is now being applied in diverse professional areas. Not only have psychologists been work with children having special problem, they are employed in hospitals and clinics, and clinical psychologists in corporate organization, in the HRD departments and advertising department, in sports, in doctorate, in the development sector and in the IT industry also. The last phase जो कि अभी till the current situation तक चल रहा है, in this phase the different branches of psychology were developed and the different फील्ड्स जहाँ पे साइकोलॉजिस्ट की नीड होने लगी और वो वर्क करने लगी. बेसिकली मेडिकल फील्ड में, एजुकेशनल फील्ड में, इंडस्ट्रियल फील्ड में, इवन IT सेक्टर में, स्पोर्ट्स में, बहुत सारी ब्रांचेस स्लोली यहाँ पे डेवलप हुई. After knowing the history of psychology in India, we go to the themes of research and application in psychology. So, our first theme is psychology, like other sciences, attempts to develop principle of behavior and mental processes. So, as like other sciences or as like other subjects, there is two type of work. First is research work and second is application work. In research work, just like other scientists, एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन के थ्रू कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स, कुछ थ्योरीज डेवलप करने को ट्राई किया जाता है. एंड आफ्टर डेवलपिंग these theories were applied in a real life situation, in a real context. So, but यहाँ पे difference क्या है? The themes of research in these field differ from each other. For example, experimental psychologists study the process of perception, learning, memory, thinking, etc. and using experiment as their method of inquiry. ठीक है. In experimental psychology, we want to know our mental processes. We want to assess our mental processes. And if we talk about physiological psychology, so this attempt to examine physiological basis of this behavior. ठीक है. What is the physiological base of this type of behavior? For example, hunger, thirst, and so many other. And we are talking about developmental psychology. So, developmental psychology study qualitative and quantitative changes in behavior from the beginning of human life to its end. दैट्स मीन डिफरेंट फेजेस, डिफरेंट एजेस में क्या डिफरेंस हो रहा है हमारे क्वालिटेटिव एंड क्वांटिटेटिव बिहेवियर में. सो दिस इज द कंटेंट मैटर फॉर डेवलपमेंटल साइकोलॉजी. सो एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सोशल साइकोलॉजी. सो social psychologist focuses on the study of experiences and behavior of individual as they take place in social context. So this is difference. That's mean different branches of psychology applied the theories or a principle in different manners, the applied aspects. Now move to our second. So our second theme is human behavior is a function of the attributes of person and environment. That means every behavior, each and every behavior is a correlation or a result of P and E. That means person and environment. Kurt Lewin first proposed the famous equation B is equal to F under root P and E. Okay? Which suggests that behavior is the product of a person and her or his environment. What this equation simply tells us is that the variation we find in human behavior are largely due to the fact that person differ with respect to their various attributes because of their genetic matters and diverse experiences, and so do the environment they are placed in. That's mean the characteristic of the genetic material, the gene, and the characteristic of the situation or the environment is the result of human behavior. That means human behavior is basically influenced by our genetic coding and our environment. So our next theme is human behavior is caused. Here we already know that psychology study the cause-effect relationship of behavior. So that's mean every behavior is behind a cause. So most psychologists believe that all humans' behavior can be explained in terms of causes, which are maybe internal or external. Internal, that's mean which is responsible for organism or people or person, and maybe it is from outside world, that's mean external, that's mean environment. So having location in the outside environment. So causal explanation are central to all science because without understanding them no prediction will be possible. So with if we don't know the cause, the explanation or the prediction is not possible. Although psychologists look for causal explanation of behavior. Here important thing is behavior is not as simple as reflex action. It is also a complex type of behavior, suppose a debate or a higher level thinking. So the cause may be only one cause is there, and maybe multiple or complex causes are there. So maybe if I say a person who is not interested in study, so maybe lots of causes are here. So this is a complex type of causes. So our next theme is understanding of human behavior in culturally constructed manner. That means human behavior is culturally produced. So this is a theme which has recently surfaced. There are psychologists who believe that most psychological theories and models are Euro-American in nature and therefore do not help us in understanding behavior in other cultural settings. Psychologists from Asia and Africa and Latin America have been criticized these approaches which are propagated as universal. So that's been अभी आपने देखा in development of Indian psychology, basically in third phase when the Indianization is started of psychology. So that's mean the in human behavior is culturally constructed. That's mean culture is play a important role in development of human behavior. And that's mean अगर कोई test या अगर कोई theory and approach एक culture में develop हो रहा है तो it is only for their own culture. वहाँ के कल्चर के लिए वो हम इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर सकते दूसरे कल्चर में. दैट्स मीन दूसरा कल्चर जो है वो एंटायरली डिफरेंट है उस कल्चर से. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंडियन कल्चर एंड वेस्टर्न कल्चर, तो दीज आर वेरी डिफरेंट थिंग. तो वहाँ की थ्योरीज, वहाँ पे जो थ्योरीज अप्लाई हो रही हैं वहाँ के लिए जो सुटेबल है, दैट्स नॉट मीन कि वो हमारे सेम कल्चर में अप्लाइड हो और उतने ही हेल्प करें. सो दैट्स मीन ये प्योरली कल्चरली कंस्ट्रक्टेड है. तो कल्चरल स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए सभी थ्योरीज और अप्रोचेस को. मतलब वहाँ की साइकोलॉजी अलग और यहाँ की साइकोलॉजी अलग, अकॉर्डिंग टू कल्चर साइकोलॉजी डेवलप होनी चाहिए. Our last theme is human behavior can be controlled and modified through the application of psychological principles. We have already know psychologists engaging in research and applications of the principle. So जो रिसर्च से जो प्रिंसिपल्स, जो थ्योरीज जो डिराइव हो रही है, उससे जब हम एप्लीकेशन लेवल पे, अप्लाइड एस्पेक्ट पे, डिफरेंट फील्ड्स में जब हम अप्लाई करते हैं, सो विद दिस थ्योरी हम ह्यूमन बिहेवियर को, ह्यूमन सिचुएशंस को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस थ्योरीज, एंड ह्यूमन बिहेवियर्स को हम मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं. एंड इस एप्लीकेशन के बेसिस पे हम प्रिडिक्शन कर सकते हैं, कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं बिहेवियर को, एंड उसे उसके होने के चांसेस को प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हैं. So many things which we can do. Here we can mention several independent branches of psychology have emerged that try to use psychological theories and principles and facts to diagnose and resolve problems related to industries, organizational setting, clinical services, education, environment, health, community development, and so on. Now move to the sequence of or landmark which is important for evolution of modern psychology. So first is 1879 when William Wundt established the first psychological laboratory in Leipzig, Germany. Second, 1890 William James published Principle of Psychology. Then 1895 functionalism is formulated as a system of psychology. After that, in 1900 Sigmund Freud develops psychoanalysis. After that, in 1904, Ivan Pavlov wins the Nobel Prize for his work on digestive system that lead to understanding of principle of development of responses. Here is important is Pavlov is not a psychologist, he is a physician, but his work is under in psychology. And in 1905, intelligence test developed by Binet and Simon. In 1960, first psychological department at Calcutta University is established by S.S. Sengupta. After that, in 1920, Gestalt psychology is born in Germany. In 1922, psychology is included in Indian Science Congress Association. In 1924, Indian Psychological Association is founded. In 1924, John B. Watson published Behaviorism, which lead to the foundation of behavior. In 1928, N. Sengupta and Radha Kamal Mukherjee published first textbook on social psychology. And in 1951, humanistic psychologist Carl Rogers published client-centered therapy. In 1953, B. F. Skinner published Science and Human Behavior and Strengthening Behaviorism as a major approach to psychology. In 1955, NIMHANS, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, is established at Bangalore. In 1962, Mental Hospital at Ranchi was established. In 1973, Lawrence won a Nobel Prize for his work. And in 1978, Simon won a Nobel Prize for research on decision making. After that, in 1981, Sperry won a Nobel Prize for split brain researches. And in 1997, NBRC, National Brain Research Center at Gurgaon, Haryana, established. And in 2002, Kahneman won Nobel Prize. So I think today's topic is completed. So this is time of homework. Activity 1.2 is in page number 7. Ask a cross section of student about what they think psychology is. Draw a comparison between what they say and what the textbook tell you. What conclusion can you draw? दैट्स मीन आपको एक ग्रुप बनाना है, या आपके जो भी सिबलिंग्स हैं या जो भी आपके नेबर्स हैं उनके साथ आप थोड़ा सा कोरिलेट करो, 2 से 3 स्टूडेंट हो और उनके बारे उनसे एक मतलब कंसल्ट करो कि व्हाट इज़ साइकोलॉजी, साइकोलॉजी क्या है, और उनके व्यू पॉइंट को और आपने जो अभी डेफिनेशन पढ़ी, जो आपने मीनिंग अंडरस्टैंड की साइकोलॉजी की, उसे कंपेयर करो और एक कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ करो. दिस इज़ योर होमवर्क. ओके क्लास, थैंक यू.